live mock. So how I'm envisioning this, it's already set up where we're the Packers. We're about to start the draft. We're not going to do any trades because that just complicates things. And we're just going to see who's available, maybe talk through some of the positions. And then at the end, we're going to go, okay, like here's what our roster would look like if we took these guys in the position. So without further ado, start the draft. So it's going through. We're at 29. Just got to wait. And we do get graded at the end, which is interesting. Okay. So here's some of the prospects that they are saying. So Elijah Moore, Jason.
We don't want a wide receiver.
Yeah, so I think me and you can roll out this edge and receiver. We don't really want those. 3 tackles, Walker Little, Dylan Radins, and Tevin Jenkins. So Tevin Jenkins, actually, we did talk with him or did a virtual interview with him, so that's an option. Another guy, Sante Samuel Jr., son of previous football player, Sante Samuel, obviously. Interview with him as well, Nick Bolton, Elijah Vera-Tucker.
There is Zaven Collins. We talked about him.
Zaven Collins, yes. He would be good. So, Nick, what do you think? They're telling us receiver, linebacker, corner. We kind of already outlaid what we like.
I'm thinking tackle or linebacker. If we go linebacker, I'm thinking we're going with Zaven Collins. He's very athletic. He can get to the quarterback. He had a few picks. If we're going tackle, then I'd go with Tevin Jenkins, in my opinion.
Okay, so I'm between Tevin Jenkins and Samuel.
Okay, I'd be fine with corner as well.
Let's just go Jenkins. So we're going tackle first round.
That was one of our tier 1 needs. We're going to get first 2 weeks.
That's kind of the main reason we're going with him. Samuel would be nice. If he slid in the second, that'd be awesome. Don't think he will.
I don't think he did.
Okay, so now we got safety. Javon Holland. So I know we interviewed with him.
We did talk to him.
Yep. So a lot of safeties. Linebacker, edge. We don't need edge here. Guard, corner, center. So what are you thinking? So right now,
I'm thinking the corner out of Oregon, personally.
Javon Holland.
Uh-huh.
Interesting. Okay, so yeah, the Packers, I believe they interviewed with him or they went to his pro day was what it was. So they went to the Oregon pro day. They did interview with another corner on Oregon, Thomas Graham. So that's definitely interesting. And now I'm thinking I'm with you on Holland, so he could be like kind of that safety corner that we talked about.
Yeah. I don't think he'll start over King, but he's definitely going to get playing time every game.
So we are up 3rd round. So far, we have taken a couple of guys. We've taken Tevin Jenkins, tackle. We've taken corner Javon Holland. Next, there's safety available, linebacker, safety, guard, corner, receiver, defensive lineman. Lots of stuff here.
Can you sort the receivers? I'm thinking we need a guy to help Rodgers out now. I'm thinking we're getting to that point.
A receiver, okay, sure. So we're looking at receiver, Josh Palmer, Cade Johnson. This is interesting. I think we could hold off, but Amir Smith.
I was just going to say, I think he'll be available in the next round. It looks like all of them except the top one will be available in the next round, so we probably want to hold off there.
Okay. Yeah, I think Marset would be an awesome get. I think the value here would be Davis, linebacker.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking linebacker. Or linebacker or safety was what was going through my head after we wrote out receivers this round.
So here is this little coverage, 36 stops in 10 games, length and athleticism, just some more random stats there. So we're going to take him. So we have a tackle taken a corner, taken a linebacker. I'm thinking receivers next.
We have 2 picks in the 4th round, correct?
Yes, we do. We have
Okay.
2 fourths, 2 fifths, 2
Okay.
sixths, and a seventh. So I think here we were looking for receiver particularly.
Yeah, see, they're all still there except the one guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
your
I'm thinking
Iowa
we just
guy.
yeah, he got taken, of course. Now Amari Rogers, he would be an interesting guy. He was at the Senior Bowl, looked really good there. I'm
Mm-hmm.
thinking Cade Johnson, the South Dakota State man.
Yeah, it's always interesting taking those FCS players because they're just not
Mm-hmm.
going up against the same level of corners, but they dominate in their league. Like Cade Johnson is very, very good. So, but he's just going up against what people refer to as lower competition. But I
Yeah.
do like Cade Johnson.
All right. We're going Cade Johnson. So we got a receiver now. Now this is a comp pick right here that we got from Blake Martinez. And
Okay.
so we've taken a receiver, linebacker, corner, tackle. Of our needs, really, I'm trying to think, we're missing one of our big ones. Um,
We're missing inner D lineman.
yeah, I think that would be next up. I think Milton Williams is the pick there.
Yeah,
Um, best guy on the
he's the
board.
best option available. That's what you're looking for once you start getting to the back end of the 4th round. But obviously, at the position you need, not just the best guy available.
Yeah, and now it's going 5th round. So here's where we can kind of go anywhere. We
Yeah,
want
I'm
to
thinking we either get another wide receiver or corner with one of these 5th rounders and then a safety with the other one.
interesting. So wide receiver or corner.
Just like as another guy.
Yeah, I'd say Trey Brown is looking like pretty solid value here.
Mm-hmm.
148 ADP. Oklahoma, he's a little short, physical,
Looks like he's
potentially.
fast.
Yeah.
All
So
right. I'm good with Trey Brown.
we're going Trey Brown. So that's our second corner. So we probably don't need to go anywhere there again. This
Mm-hmm.
is interesting, and I think this would be the spot for kind
To
of
get a
that
halfback?
pick. So Khalil Herbert's actually very, very good. He was at the Senior Bowl. So 4.7 yards.
I like that yards after contact. That's a stat that really sticks out to me with running
Yeah,
backs because it just shows like, all right, they're not only hitting the holes, they're getting hit and they're still making plays. And that's really big on 3rd down, which the Packers have struggled on 3rd down in the past. Obviously, he's probably not going to be the 3rd down back right away, but this is just a guy
yeah,
we need to develop for the future.
yeah. And he's a really good receiver too. I did want to throw that in there. So this is kind of like a perfect fit for us, honestly.
Uh-huh.
He could come in occasionally on 3rd down and be a receiver. He's pretty small, but as a 3rd running back, like I think he'd be perfect. So we're taking Khalil Herbert out of Virginia Tech. Now we're getting into the 6th round here. And this is where you can really go anywhere. What would you like to do here? I'm thinking
So
either edge or double dip at one of our top needs.
yeah, I was thinking wide receiver double dip personally, but if you want to look at, we can look at what edges are available as well because
So
it looks like there's a good one, and always like Big Ten players.
yeah, exactly. So Jonathan Cooper is available. Wouldn't be opposed. Receivers on the board. Javian Hawkins is there. We could have waited maybe on him. Tackle, corner. I'm
I like Jonathan Cooper.
Yeah, let's go Cooper here.
All right.
Take an edge. So this is our first edge. So he would be 4th or 5th in the rotation. Now this is our second pick in the 6th round.
I don't think we need another lineman. We got 3 in the last draft. We already got that one in the 1st round.
Yep.
We might want to look for that safety that we were talking about, that guy that we can develop. If there's any of those available. We obviously do. I don't want another halfback. Don't need a tight end.
I wouldn't be mad at another.
We could go inner D line.
I think that's the move here. Looking like pretty solid value.
Can you sort it by D line so we can just look at a couple of them? All right.
Yeah, I'm with you on D line here. Go to D line. So Goodson, Mustafa Johnson out of Colorado. Don't want him. Only kidding there. I'm not too familiar with these guys, to be quite honest with you.
I don't know too much about them either. I think we just take let's read about the top two guys there, and then we can decide based on
They don't
what they
really
got to
have
say.
much
Okay.
information. We could just go with O'Brien Goodson.
Yeah, it looks like he's a top ranked guy.
They're pretty similar ranking, but yeah, we're going to just another D line. And then here's our last pick. Again, could
Javion
go
Hawkins
anywhere.
just went there in the 7th round.
Yeah, interesting. So there's a ton of running backs. D line. I'd say just double dip at corner with Marcelino Ball. Pretty cool name.
I don't like taking an IU guy, but
yeah,
it's the last round. I guess we can let it slide.
We'll go with that. Okay, sweet. So we're getting our grade now. Not looking like too hot off the bat, to be honest with you. Grade wise, we got a B- here. So I guess what we kind of wanted to do is like
it just looks like they didn't agree with us at tackle, but we're just thinking like Bakhtiari's injured. We really need a guy who can play those first few weeks because we don't want to start behind. And we're not saying he's going to be there the whole season. Once Bakhtiari comes back, he'll probably move to a backup tackle. But offensive line is very important. We got to protect Aaron Rodgers. Also at corner in the 2nd round, I just think like that's a good pick because Kevin King's a guy who has an injury history. He wasn't just injured at the end of last year, but he's been injured in the past. And he's also just not super trustworthy. But obviously Jair on the other side, so that's probably what they're talking about there. They liked our pick at linebacker. Wide receiver in the 4th round, I'm kind of surprised that they gave us a C+ there just because like we're getting a weapon for Rodgers.
Yeah, I mean, obviously these are like pretty random. I'm pretty sure if you go like all quarterback draft, you're getting A+ every time. So the grading is pretty it's not
we don't need to focus on the grading. We know why we picked them.
It's more a position for like most of the round.
I don't think he knows the specific players.
Yeah. And some of these guys like Khalil Herbert, who I'm pretty familiar with, like, yeah, he wouldn't see the field a ton, but like having a third halfback is pretty important, and he would fit a need there.
It's not just that halfbacks have a short life like in the league. They get injured a lot too. Like, if Jones or Dillon go down, we need someone who can run the ball because if Jones goes down, Dillon is not playing a whole game by himself. And if Dillon goes down, Jones can play a whole game by himself, but he's not going to have strong legs for the playoffs. So we really do need a third guy.
Yeah, so that's why I really like the value of like getting a running back at some point. 5th round, you could even argue 4th round too, but